dear Cancer, this is a love reading for you, where the person most on your mind will have their true thoughts and feelings revealed by me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We will also look into what they would tell you if they had the guts or respect to tell you the truth with my new deck, the Brutally Honest Oracle cards. I am reading in the order of the signs that show the channel most appreciation in the March love readings by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members, donating, and watching the ads. So thank you, Cancer, for all the love. As an extended member to my channel, you can get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And news is that I'm now doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to my channel and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. This reading will be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Cancer, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind are feeling for you and where their thoughts are at when it comes to you. Can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. I will also reveal what they would tell you if they dare to tell the truth to your face. For a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Cancer person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And I will use the ANIMA MUNDI Tarot for the readings part. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups. So I feel that this person thinks that you are projecting a lot of emotional issues onto them. Okay, interesting. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Star card with the Queen of Cups. So that means that they love you a great deal and they feel like a spiritual connection with you. And they also have hope when it comes to your relationship. But it might be like they're blaming you a little bit for the issues that might be in the relationship. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm seeing they have this wish for you to change. And maybe they think that you are a little bit of a drama queen. And if you would just change and not be so emotional or not be so kind of criticizing the relationship so much, or what else can I feel? It's this way, you see. When we are together with another person, it's like we are 2 cups of glass with water, and that there's a little pipe between those glasses. And when one person suppresses their emotion, it's going to spray up in the other person. So it might very well be the other person that is dramatic, but if they are holding back their emotion, it will be shown with you. Okay, so I call the 6 elements. And here we have the 2 of Cups with the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of love here that they feel for you. But they, it seems like they think feelings in general is a little bit difficult with the 7 of Cups that we saw. So they might have a hard time dealing with emotions, or they're projecting their emotions up onto you. But they seem to have a very warm love for you inside. What they feel is a very warm love for you. Respect as well, but it's hard. Feelings is making people act and think and feel in crazy ways, because feelings are such a strong strong push towards change. We don't want to feel certain feelings, even if it doesn't kill us and it's not particularly harmful. We still are a little bit slave to our feelings. If we feel a certain thing, we might not want to feel like that, and do whatever we can to stop feeling like that. And so it has a great impact in our life, particularly the running away from feelings or avoiding feelings. So I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and the person most on your mind. We want to see their thoughts about you and your relationship, their feelings towards you, and also the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. So this is the most likely action they will take, and this is their feelings towards you, and this is what's on their mind. So on their mind, they feel that you are very connected, and with the Queen of Cups coming up so many times, I think you are very much on their mind on a daily basis, and maybe even more than on a daily basis. But we can see this, what I felt, that maybe they are suppressing their emotion and it's shooting up in you, or maybe they are displacing or like projecting. If they feel dramatic, they might accuse you for being dramatic here. So we see the Devil, Queen of Cups, might indicate that you are chained to someone that has a lot of problems with their own emotions. Seems like they are very dramatic, but they don't want to take responsibility for it, but they push it down in their glass. So it's shooting up or spraying up in your glass, or at least accusing you for having that, for being like that, or having like dramatic emotions. The Lovers. So they're a little bit, they don't see clearly the situation because of the projection, that they're projecting a lot of their own issues onto you. So this is their emotions, and we have the Strength card here with the Sun and the Fool. So they really have good intentions from their heart. They want to be a good person. We can see that they don't think too highly of themselves, and that this might make them like a runner. But really if they didn't have all this fear of their feelings, or how they will look, or if they will be humiliated or not, they would probably be much like a dog in a leash for you. that's the kind of loyalty I'm seeing here. Okay, and this is their most likely action. We have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands and Ten of Wands, the Hierophant. Okay, so they want to give another impression. Then they want to give show you another surface. They want to show you something on the surface that's not going on inside of them. Inside of them, there's overflowing love and emotions for you, but they're trying to oppress it and trying to act really cool and self-sufficient. And what they really need to do is to heal their own inner emotional life. Wherever you go, there you are. Whomever you are with, there you are. So if you don't deal with your inner crap, you will be followed around by this crap all your life. And this is what seemingly goes on for this person, even if they try to show you that that's not the case. They want to look like they are in control and that they have their shit together. Oppressing their natural passion of emotions, the Fool and the Strength card and the Sun that we saw here, that they want to be your hero. But here instead they might do the opposite, acting like they are not particularly attached to you, or they don't need you, or they don't have overwhelming passionate emotions for you, while they do. Okay, so thoughts. Nine of Swords. Yes, when we are very scared of our emotions, we make them into our enemy, and as soon as we close our eyes or being still, we can feel these emotions coming like closing in on us, and we might be very anxious for being alone, for example, or we might be having anxiety attacks. But basically this shows a person thinking very negatively, and it might be because they're caught up with their emotion and they start to think negatively. Caught up with their emotions, start to think negatively. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are dealing with some kind of runner here, a person that runs away from difficulties. And here we have a Queen of Wands together with the Six of Wands. So they seem to idolize you in some way, or putting you like a little bit on a pedestal, that you are, they accused you for being a drama queen, but here they kind of say that you are a good example, or a person that one should follow, or a person that has good solutions to certain things. Interesting. And then the Three of Swords together with the Page of Wands. So it feels like they don't have much trust towards themselves, that they feel that they can't be trusted with any responsibility for their life. If they do, if they are being let loose to do a thing on their own, they will most likely screw up. So seems like this person has very bad confidence at this point in time. They are thinking highly of you and not so highly about themselves. They might have done something stupid, maybe even being unfaithful with the Three of Swords, Page of Wands kind of combination here. And it's something that they are punishing themselves for. Every time they start thinking of it, they seem to think that you did the right thing, they did the wrong thing, and they regret doing the wrong thing. So that's as much as I can see. It's kind of going around in their head. So I think before this, whatever happened, something happened that they are ashamed of. They thought that you were a drama queen and that the things you said you shouldn't be listened to, and that they were so cool. And now they have done something or realized something that have made them see things in a very different way. They see things as you are the good example, and they are the bad example. And we have the Two of Cups here. So they know that they love you, but there's something, they feel like there's something wrong with them, or that they are not worthy of love, or if they are in a love situation with you, they will most certainly screw up. Six of Wands, Three of Swords, Page of Wands might indicate that there's someone seeking love outside the relationship. There might be third-party issues, but it doesn't have to be just that. It can be that they are screwing up in any kind of way here. That it's like they have this overconfidence in themselves, which ends with them falling flat on their face. They have, maybe they think, I'm worth this, so I can do this. And then they do it, and then they realize this was stupid. I should never have done this. So that's what I'm seeing. So it's someone thinking, I can drive this fast with the car, and then they're driving down in the ditch. Or I can kiss this girl or this boy, no one will notice. And then they go out and tell you themselves that they have made funny business with someone else. Things like this is what I'm seeing. And it's like they can't help themselves. There might be an issue of doing these things because so that they will avoid this Nine of Swords feelings and tormentation here. And because you are being this good example, but they probably don't want to do the things you tell them to do, because that makes them feel as small as they think themselves to be. So they don't want to follow your good example. I think they actually do the opposite of what you tell them, and that ends up in some kind of disaster every time. Maybe you should be less smart. I don't know. Maybe you should let them make their own mistakes. If they say that like this, I want to buy a motorcycle, and you say, okay, So don't be like, oh, it's really dangerous, you shouldn't buy a motorcycle, it's a killing machine, you will become an organ donator, don't do it. Say, okay, fine, and let them see for themselves that this is risky business, or maybe they will be great at driving their motorcycle. Try to not, because the more you say no to this person, the more they don't want to do it, and then they can't even think for themselves. They will do even more dangerous or reckless or unnecessary things. So I think you need to distance yourself a little bit from this person and their choices, that their choices is their responsibility, your choices is your responsibility, and of course their choices will put challenges in your way as well. But it's all about trying to realize what you can, control and what you can't control. And in some cases, of course, it might mean that you can't be with this person, because if they are going to run around town drinking and cheating, maybe that's not fun for you and you break up with them. That could be one way. But another way is just, mind your own life and love this person for who they are, but kind of realize this is probably a person that will die young because they are too reckless. For example, it can be other issues as well. It doesn't have to be recklessness with their life or health. It can be other things that they are doing that's not so smart. Okay, and here on the emotional level we have a 5 of Cups, so a deep disappointment. And I want to see what this, because we have the 9 of Swords above, so it's deep and gruesome disappointment. And then we have the 10 of Cups, so loving you. Queen of Wands. You come as a Queen of Wands here. It's because they have realized this, they made you out to the problems, and now they realize you are not the problem, and they love you. And then we have Judgment. So they probably feel like you righteously judge them and rightly see that there's something wrong with them, or that they need to grow up. And the Moon, they don't feel like they have the capacity. It's something underneath pulling them, or kind of almost like it's their dark side is taking over and making them do all this stuff. And it's probably correct, because we have 18 Moon, 1 plus 8, 9. This is connected to the Hermit card. So whenever we are not dealing with our emotions, we're just running away from them, they will take over our life and do stupid things, because we need to be able to see our issues. If we can see them, we can take good decisions, we can have good judgment, because we know, this is my issue, this is here where I'm going to act all nervous, break down and do this and this. So then we can deal with it in a conscious kind of way. But when we just ignore it, we let our subconscious take over the steering wheel, and we might do something reckless to kind of cure our nervousness. We might drive really fast with our car, for example. If the person would be able to consciously see what is the issue, they could take a more conscious decision. Let's say like this. You hate your job. You don't want to go to the job, but you ignore it because you need the money. So you continue going to the job, and your body wants to help you, or your shadow side wants to help you. So it makes you break a leg. So you can't go to the work. So that is how the subconscious is kind of handling things. So it would be much better if you, with your consciousness, would see immediately that I'm really hating my job. I need to change job. And then you look for another job, you find another job, and then you find yourself working at another place. And you don't have to break your leg. That's the difference between subconscious problem solving and mindful problem solving. Let's say you want to keep a secret. You not ever want to tell your father that you love him because he acted like he was acting strange from you when you were a kid. He he told you you were not his child anymore, he ran away, or whatever he did. So instead of admitting to yourself that you love your father, even if he was this jerk and never showed up on your birthdays, you keep it as a secret and you grow cancer. So this is how the subconscious deal with things. Because if you get cancer, maybe your father will finally see your worth, because next day you will be gone. So he will come back at least to hug you on your deathbed. So this is how the subconscious solve things. It's not particularly, it's not the way you want to solve things. In the big scheme of things, maybe it doesn't really matter, because the soul learns its lesson anyway in one way or the other. But it's much better if you can take conscious decisions that's very close to the truth and aligned with who you are. But this person isn't doing that, and therefore they screw up. Okay, and here we have a Two of Wands. Okay, so I see they love you a great deal, but the conscious decision that they can take is probably to keep you arm's length away from them, so that they won't screw up your life while they're screwing up their life. So that's basically what I'm seeing there. Or they don't want you to see that you are right. For some of you it will be like that as well, that they should have followed your advice, because then maybe it would have turned out better than what it did. But this person doesn't have bad intentions. It's just that they don't want to deal with their shadow, so the shadow is all over the place. So it's not a bad person, it's just a screw up, because their subconscious is trying to deal with a problem in a subconscious mind state, instead of the person not running away but actually facing their issue and dealing with it in a awakened, mindful, aware state, which would be a better solution. So this is the most likely action they will take. We have a King of Wands. So here they're taking some kind of responsibility, actually. And it seems to have to do with you, that they love you a great deal, but they want to keep the bad away from you here. And this is also kind of Leo there. So being a hero, trying to be a hero. Seven of Swords, being a hero and lying to themselves. So, and what they would really want to say is probably, please help me, please love me, please stay with me. But what they will say is, I know you love me, but you will probably do better without me. It's better if we split apart. This is the decision I have made. So that's what I'm feeling like. It's a lie, but it's the lie that the person thinks that they need to say if they are a grown-up person, but really they're just acting from their unprocessed trauma. Okay. And the Star. So I don't know, with the Star card, probably they want you to be the adult and run after them and say, no, this can't be the answer. We need to be together. Okay, Page of Swords. There's their little inner child that this can be the key actually to their healing. Because if they finally realize, I'm not such a bad person, I'm always doing the best I can, but somewhere along the line I got screwed up and I need to deal with what happened. So it might be, for example, a person that, let's say that they were abused as a child. Their parent hit them around on the kitchen floor, like with the fists. And the person finally realized that it was the parent's fault. It was not my fault. I was only a kid. It wasn't that I deserved being hit around like that, or it wasn't because I was a bad kid. It was because they were a bad parent. So here we are getting somewhere. The person is aligning with themselves, aligning with their soul's truth, and getting to the bottom with their trauma and sorting out what's what. So that's good. But they're still lying to you about it, but they are doing a good internal work is what I'm seeing, but they might keep it a secret from you. And then we have the Empress. I'm thinking they feel like you are worth more, that you shouldn't have to deal with these issues, that they feel like trash because they have this trauma, or someone did them like this, or they were hurt like this. So they don't feel very much, they don't feel valued, they don't feel like a good person, or that they are valuable. So they don't want to trash your life with their unworthiness. That's what I'm feeling. But they're still doing, even if they are kind of being a little bit of a martyr here, trying to be your hero in very peculiar ways, they're still starting to heal. So that's a good thing, but I don't think you will benefit from it as of now. But in the long run, this is at least good for this individual, and it's good for everyone when people start to work on their issue instead of running around creating disasters to left and right. So I will take some cards to see what this person wants to say. So really they want to say, I need you in my life. But what they will say is that like the lonesome hero that doesn't need anyone in their life. And it's a lie, of course, but they're trying to be cool here, or trying to take an adult decision. But again, they are repressing what they truly want, need, and feel. So it's not super healthy. Not enough feelings to continue this relationship. I think they feel like you don't love them enough. Even if you feel that they haven't showed you enough emotions, I actually feel like they don't feel loved enough. It's not for anything you did. It has to do with their basic self-value. And they might also display this like a drama, like a theater, or they have this mask of acting. If, for example, if this person is unfaithful, they might act like they would want someone that they can be more in love with. But that's not the case. It's just a mask that this person carries because it makes them feel a little bit more indestructible. If they can act like it would be easy to replace you with someone else, for example. I feel lonely without you. I can't forgive. I will come back for you. I think what they can't forgive, it has something to do with their parents here. It's what have happened. And they feel very unforgivable. They don't feel like they can forgive this person. But it's basically because they can't forgive themselves. I'm hearing a melody to that. The unforgivable. Forgivable. So I'll put the Metallica lyric and song in the description box. It's like a mini reading for you. Can show you what this person feel maybe more in depth. But it's something that happened to this person that they can't forgive. But in the, like if we, this is, they can't forgive their parents, but here they can't forgive themselves as a consequence, because it's complicated, but this is how particularly children react when something goes wrong. They want to have some sort of control, so they think, if I would have done anything different, if I would have been a better kid, if I wouldn't have teased my mother or my father, they wouldn't have hit me and we would have been happy. So they can't forgive the parent, they can't forgive themselves. I will come back for you. It's this Empress card that you are a very important person in their life, but right now they are totally preoccupied with this ancient drama. They kind of live in the past. So see what you would want to say. I have a lot of insecurities. We can't really see that with the Queen of Wands, but I guess if you mirror, if you have such a person in your life, it probably means that you have maybe the same kind of wound. You just deal with it in a different way. You try to be maybe more grown up about it and carry it with a little bit more grace and trying to do something good instead of being self-destructive. I don't think you ever loved me, so it seems to go kind of both ways, this. And I'm sorry that I took you for granted. I don't get any like insights about this. I'm sorry that I took you for granted. In what way did Cancer take this person for granted? I'm actually feeling like it's the opposite way, that you're sorry that this person took you for granted. So you would have wished that they knew your value, so they didn't do this screw up thingy here. So that's the best I can do with that. I wanted to aim for something better for myself. I think you still want to have something better. You know that you deserve better, but there's a lot of insecurities when it comes to your self-value also with these cards here, this color, and it matches the color there. So you want to aim for something better, but in the same time you might feel like this is what you are worth, to have a crappy relationship like that, because you maybe feel wounded and you don't feel, you maybe feel like the same that this person feels, like you can't take a healthy person and come with your drama into their life and destroy it. So it's easier for you to find another wounded soul or a bird with broken wings, and that's all you're worth. So you might need to work with that a little bit and see why you have this pattern, how come. Okay, so I will take from the Romance Angels Oracle to see what kind of future the divine believe in when it comes to this relationship here. It's safe for you to love. So it seems like both of you need to work on your self-love and self-value, to realize that both of you need to realize that you are worthy of love, and you are not here to take a lot of crap in your lifetime and suffer, that you can actually say no to this. You know better. So if a person do you wrong, you don't have to think so much, are they actually doing me wrong, or am I only oversensitive, or what's going on? Just to stay on your side, but of course keep calm and cool. You don't have to take it out on the other person. You just say, okay, so that's what you think of me. It's all right. It's a free world. You can think whatever you want, but I don't think that about me. And you put a little bit distance between you and this other person. So being a high value person means that you don't take crap, but you don't display a lot of crap either. You're just non-dramatic, and you don't go into unnecessary conflict. If there's a necessity to fight for justice or to stand up and be courageous, you do that, of course, but it's more about dignity is what I'm feeling here. You find your own dignity. And here you're mirroring each other, you're mirroring each other's feeling of unworthiness and not having dignity. Reconciliation. So the divine believes in reconciliation here eventually, but this other person probably needs some time to heal. But this basically means you are the one for them at this point. Of course, it can change if this person doesn't do the work properly and won't be able to catch up with you. This might change, and you might be able to move on in some way. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Well, I'm of the opinion that if someone lies to your face and say, I'm sorry, this doesn't work, we shouldn't be together, I wouldn't be the person running after them trying to convince them otherwise. But it seems like the divine has this opinion about this situation, that you might be needing to baby this person a little bit, and at least leave the door open for them to realize, say to them that if you still love them, that you still love them, and that they don't need to protect you from themselves, that you want to be with them. So that's what I'm feeling. Okay. So you might need to persuade them a little bit that they are worthy of love. Okay. So as I said, sometimes people needs to be a little bit babied if they are in that stage. But more often than not, people need to have the consequences of what they are saying and doing. Okay. forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. This person is very much stuck in the past, but trying to pretend like they are not. And therefore, it's very hard to help them or talk about issues, since they don't want to talk about these issues. But for you, maybe you can use this. It's actually what they say to you, like from their soul. So just forgive and move on. Kind of focus on what would make you happy right now and do those things, and then we'll see, okay? And don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. This is actually exactly what this person is doing. They are taking decision based on guilt. They are saying to you things that, for example, you can't be together, or there's no point in you hanging around them or trying to help them in any way because they are broken and they are lost. That's not really what they want to say. They probably want to say, please help me. Please guide me through this rough patch of my life. And you don't have to say yes to that, and you don't have to do it. But both of you probably needs to speak more truthfully. Express your love. Be more truthful. This is lies. And this is being able to maybe see the bigger picture and being a good example here. Okay. So I'll show you this from above here. I want to thank you for watching, and I would urge you to watch the reading What Do They Want to Happen Between You Two to get more information. You can also watch their True Thoughts and Feelings from the previous month, which is the reading for what have just happened or what is happening right now. That can be more easily relatable, since this might be a prediction into the future a little bit more.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level, and you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build eternity.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button, where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you are still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.